Incredible. Super Bowl comes, it's the week of the Super Bowl. We could not find a Super Bowl ad. We wanted to buy one, we couldn't do it. I ended up, I'm part of like this TikTok collective. I was at dinner and this guy worked at a media company and I was like, hey, do you have a Super Bowl ad? And he's like, I do. And we bought that Super Bowl 4 days before the Super Bowl. And that's how much we believed in what we were doing, and we were just moving at the speed of culture. We tripled our awareness overnight. We had never even tested linear before that. I think we'd done like a little test in the November before. We just were like, nope, we know this is gonna work. And after that, the doors that opened for us were insane. I mean, I remember like the Uber driver knew what Poppi was on the way home from the airport. And like before that, just like had never really happened before. And then, we doubled down with it after that. We were like, okay, this whole new linear is working. Well, let's keep the social engine going. And so it was just like this momentum. It's the right time, right? You don't want to start doing these things if you don't have the distribution, because we had the distribution, we had the creative, we had the momentum, and we just stayed at the top of our game. Like we just moved quick. And so I think big companies can't do that, but still in the Poppi system within Pepsi, they're still allowing us to really move at the speed of culture.
Awesome. Yesterday, you said the word community. Yesterday, we had a lot of conversation about community and what that means to business building. Gary, you're known for saying that community is the future of marketing. How can small businesses really build their brand and build their business model if that is what you believe? What tips can you give this audience?
I'm gonna quote the great poet. I think when I think about community, this is the best thing I think about. The great poet says, never get high on your own supply. Let me tell you why I just quoted that. I believe that small businesses are very good at getting high on their own supply. You start thinking you're someone and you start to take your community for granted. I am blown away when I leave a conference like this. I see some people say good talk or they tag me. I do a lot of listening. It's funny, I do so much speaking, it seems, because of the way I do content, but 95% of my life is listening. I would say that that's what I actually am, a human anthropologist. I'm curious about everything that all of you are interested in, and everything is why, so that I can figure out what I want to do with it. I am blown away by how many of you posted something for your business yesterday, got 7 comments, and you replied to none of them. I do not understand. Community is like working out, meaning you can't talk about it. You can't read about it. You can't pontificate about it. Y'all either went to the gym this morning or you did not. And knowing how early this session was, you probably didn't. But if you did, you got those results. And so for me, community is imperative. I do not think, actually back to Allison's world, do you know that new Coke, this is like a very incredible all-time Fortune 500 brand story. Coca-Cola, for some of the OGs in here, either you studied it or you lived through it like I did as a kid, Coke changed its formula. The reason we have Coke Classic is because they had to change it back real quick. If you remember, it's a very famous story. It's worth reading about if you're a youngster and don't know this story from the 80s. The reason they had to change it back, and I don't want to get the number wrong, but this is Coca-Cola in the mid